So guys, second story for the day. Probably there'll be three. They'll probably got a third one there. MSNBC is going up for, well, it's been cut off. It's been cut off from Comcast. And a lot of people are making the claim that Elon Musk should buy it. And this meme has a bit of traction. I want to tell you what my thoughts are. I don't know if it'll actually happen. It would be nice if it did. But I don't know if it'll actually happen. I don't know what the profitability of MSNBC would be. But at the end of the day, it's not only this meme that is, well, causing them to have a bit of a meltdown, but also it's this. Where is it? Infowars on MSNBC. That would be epic. It really, really would be epic. But guys, yeah, look, at the end of the day, do I think it'll happen? Probably not. I would like to see it happen. But, at the end of the day, obviously we also got to be careful not to spread Elon too thin. Because at the end of the day, we obviously, while he is, the George Soros of the right, so to speak, he does have his hands in a lot of pies already. But yeah, I would like to see MSNBC. I'd like to see some of I actually had a thought when I was in the bath the other night that MSNBC actually becomes the home for alternative media. So you'd have like Tim Pool, you would have Benny Johns, you would have Infowars, you could have Redacted, you could have Jimmy Dore, and basically just Joe Rogan, just basically all the independent media guys on there. And it can be sort of like an independent media hub. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting theory. And like I said, Elon has flirted with the idea. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure how much of it is literally just a meme and how much of it is actually real. But, the media is having a bit of a meltdown over it. They are absolutely losing it over the possibility that he might actually be even buying their platform. Let me see if I can find... Where was it? Here it is here. This is the National Press Club Honors Jim Vandehei, whatever, where he basically goes on a rant about Elon Musk and independent media being the new media.
Matters. Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying we are the media. You are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media. You having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter. Any more than me looking at your head and seeing that you have a brain and telling you have an awesome set of tools makes me a damn neurosurgeon, right? What we do, what journalists do, what you did in Mississippi, what Al Jazeera does in the Middle East. You don't proclaim yourself to be a reporter. That's nonsense. Being a reporter's hard.
These guys, they just don't get it. This is why they're failing into irrelevance. The fact is that, okay, you reckon you're a reporter more than independent media. Who was it that broke the Jeffrey Epstein situation? Wait, it was people like Luke Wadowski, Dollar Store Traveler, me even to a smaller degree, right? We were the ones that were covering it. Where was Al Jazeera? Where was MSNBC? Where were you when the girls and the victims of Jeffrey Epstein were running around screaming at the rooftop trying to get people to pay attention to him? You want to sit there and claim that you're the media? You might actually have to do your fucking job, because that would be a novelty. Because at the moment, you haven't been. That's why people are turning to us. It's because we are not afraid to cover these things. How many people in the media right now, just for my subs out there, think about this. How many people in the media right now have been talking about P. Diddy? Let me ask just the subscribers on my channel. If you wanted to find out what was happening with P. Diddy, where would you go? I'll give you two options. Option A, the mainstream media, or B, independent media. Now, I know it might seem like it's an obvious answer. It is. But, at the end of the day, you know what? You sit there and you claim that you're a journalist? Oh my God, we're the media. You're not the media. Right? Yeah, and some of our guys are in war zones. Tell that to Guido, the Coach Red Pill, who was killed over in Ukraine. Yeah, some of our guys are also in the thick of it as well. And guess what? We're not afraid to sit there and tell the truth about shit. You guys are still trying to push narratives. And that's why people like Joe Rogan, that's why people like, Glenn Greenwald and Jimmy Dore and Tim Pool and me to a certain point are doing a job so much better than you. Because we're not afraid to sit there and to call people out for these things. If Trump does something right, we'll give him props. If he does something wrong, we'll call it out.
Really hard. You have to care. You have to do the hard work.
Where was your caring with the victims of Jeffrey?
You have to get up every single day and say, I want to get to the closest approximation of the truth without any...
No, it's not the closest approximation of the truth. It is the truth. That's the problem. You're trying to get to the closest approximation of the truth. No, you should be getting to the truth. And by the way, you want to talk about hard? Try having a YouTube channel that talks about topics like Jeffrey Epstein and the anti-war movement, and you tell me about censorship and how easy it is.
Any fear without any favoritism. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard...
Okay, so does every mainstream media that's opinion-based, are they not journalists now? Is that what you're classing as non-journalists?
Work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody. Whoa. First of all, I've got to say,
look, it's all the mainstream media applauding him.
Extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do.
So, for example, the alternative set of facts when we claimed that Donald Trump was going to win 2024 and he was ahead in the polls, and the mainstream media keep insisting that it was a dead heat. You mean those alternative facts? You mean the alternative facts like Jeffrey Epstein, where we were claiming that Jeffrey Epstein ran an island and that Pizzagate was real? What about the alternative facts where we were talking about like myocarditis, Parkitis, and people dying from the clog shot? You mean those alternative facts? Because it seems like we're doing a fucking better job than you guys are.
Man.
And that's why they're so angry. This is literally the 50,000-foot monster who has been stabbed by, it's David and Goliath. It's David running up and stabbing Goliath, and Goliath's falling to the ground. And right before he dies, what does he do? He starts wailing around, slamming things on the ground, trying to kill David right before he dies. In this situation, where David and the media is Goliath. And at the moment, the media is just being stabbed and they're falling to the ground. And right now, before they die, the last thing they want to do is try and kill David. It's just them flailing around, trying to finally get one more hit in. It's funny Because everybody has a go at Alex Jones. And I always say to people, apart from Sandy Hook, name other things Alex got wrong. No one can do it. Everybody just uses Sandy Hook. Okay, one thing. Been on the air 20-something years. 40, 30, 40, 20 years, whatever it is. He got one thing wrong. The View had to put out 3 legal notes last week. And they still should be putting out another one. For the whole dragon thing. In one show, they did 2 legal notes. But we're the ones with alternative facts, right? Interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, guys. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Next video coming up right after this.